And according to Leader McConnell, he says, if the president took a position on a bill so that we knew we would actually be making a law and not just having serial votes, he'd be happy to put it on the floor. Now, let me just say, that's not actually how the Senate is supposed to operate. We're supposed to originate the legislation. We're supposed to be the world's greatest deliberative body. We're supposed to determine what kind of law to make. We're not supposed to play Mother May I with the President of the United States and wait for clearance before we even initiate a debate.
In my state of Connecticut, we passed a law requiring all handgun buyers to pass a background check as part of a permit process. And studies show that there was a 40% reduction in the gun homicide rate after Connecticut passed that law. Okay, let's take a look at Missouri, which did the opposite. A few years ago, it repealed its purchase permit law that requires you to get a background check with every sale of a weapon in Missouri. And guess what happened? A year later, gun homicides went up by 23%, controlling for every other factor that could have explained it. In fact, during that period of time, gun homicide rates were going down in all the states around Missouri, and they went up in Missouri. And then they found out that, in fact, in other states, what did go up in those other states were the number of weapons used in crimes that came from Missouri.
86% of Americans support implementing what we call red flag laws that allow a judge to remove guns from someone who is determined to be a danger to himself or others. 86%. You couldn't barely get 86% of the Senate to agree on the day of the week. The National Rifle Association spent $30 million supporting President Trump. No wonder they can undo all of our work with a simple phone call to the Oval Office.